Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of my first Pokemon Yellow Gen 1 Nuzlocke. I'm Infamous OG 1973. I go by Infamous for short. You can find me on YouTube. Discord, Minds.com, and here recently Gilded. I do have stuff on Facebook, but I don't really get on there very much anymore, so if you guys want to check me out on those, feel free to do so. I go by Gaming with Infamous with my channels on YouTube and Discord on Minds.com, and Gilded, I think I go by Roger Hansen. If not Roger Hansen on Gilded, I know that it's Gaming with Infamous, one of the two, so if you guys want to check me out, you feel free to do so. This is with Team Retro on Nostalgic Gaming. Retro, I am doing this with Nostalgic Gaming. If you guys want to check them out, you can check them out on YouTube and Discord, as well as Twitter, I believe. I'm not sure how much is involved there, but they do their gaming on there, so you can check them out too. I want to go back over the point systems and discuss that again. I usually do it on every video, so here goes. At the beginning of the Pokemon Nuzlocke, you do things a little bit different than what you do on regular Nuzlockes. First of all, you get 151 points starting off with Nostalgia Gaming Retro, and the first battle that you do with your rival, that's the professor's grandson, you only have a 1 point loss. That's called the sympathy rule, and it's the only part of the game that has that. The rest of them, you lose more points. Now, that said, I'll mention the other stuff. Now, naming every Pokemon will cost you 5 Nuzlocke points each for every Pokemon that you don't name. Reviving a Pokemon will cost you 25 Pokemon or Nuzlocke points each. That's for each Pokemon that you revive. If you black out, it'll cost you 50 points each time, and you have to start all over, and all members of your party will suffer what's called a permadeath. Now, I always point this out. Remember not to heal your Pokemon before placing them in the computer as a permadeath. If you place them in the computer, that's what I do. I take them to the Poke Centers and I place them in the computer as a permadeath. And the first time doing a test run on this, I accidentally healed them first. So I always point out that you do not want to heal your Pokemon before placing them in the computer as a permadeath. Just put them straight in there with the bars empty, because if you do that, then you'll be penalized 25 Nuzlocke points for each Pokemon that you revive. So don't do that. Using health potions or items will cost you 20 I don't know why I keep calling them Pokemon points, or wanting to, but it'll cost you 20 Nuzlocke points, and that's each time that you use heal potions or items. It costs points for using healing items, but the Poke Shop doesn't cost anything. So if you guys want to heal your Pokemon, that's the place to go. Go to the Poke Shops. That's also one reason why I actually originally used Kadabra, because then I could teleport from wherever I'm at to the nearest, or to the last Poke Center that I went to, Poke Shop. But after going through that, mentioning the Poke Shops doesn't cost anything. I also want to point out, if the Pokemon faints, it'll cost 10 points each, and that Pokemon suffers permadeath. Now, one Pokemon for each area. That's the general rule for most Nuzlocks, and it applies here too. If you catch a second Pokemon, you need to release it, and the only way to do that is in a Poke Center. So until you get to the Poke Center, and you have to release it, if you come across a wild Pokemon that wants to fight, you have to run. And this is where I'm going to suggest that if you come across the Pokemon and you have to run and they won't let you escape, the best way to deal with that is to do it again twice with the same Pokemon, sometimes 3 times, and it usually will let you go. But if you don't want to do that, you can also switch to another Pokemon and then do it. And it usually let you go the first time. But you have to run from the wild Pokemon until you can release the second one that you've got. So now, I used to say that if you capture a second one, you get to choose which one you want to go further in the game with, but apparently that's not the case. Nostalgia told me that that's not it. You have to release it. So just wanted to clear that up. Now, areas are indicated by color changes in the tiles. I went over this here recently with my nephew about that because I use Gambit, which is Game Boy for an emulator, and Game Boy is colored. But my nephew is doing red versus yellow with me, and he's got black and white, which doesn't show the color tiles. So with that, the best thing I can say to you is, if you're using black and white, you probably want to get on YouTube and maybe find out where those color tiles change, so that you'll know where the areas end and where they begin and stuff like that. He was going by the music and stuff, and I don't know how well that works. I didn't pay that close attention, but I try to avoid listening to the music on this game. It's brainwashing you into wanting to play the game or some crazy shit. I also want to point out that a trainer... before I go any further, I also want to point out that there are some areas where you capture more than one Pokemon. Like in Safari Zone, you got like 3 different areas. In the area where you have to fight that girl with all the water creatures, that one has like 2 or 3, like going up to Bill's place and stuff like that. So it doesn't apply to all areas. Now, if you come across the gift Pokemon, you can keep that Pokemon and you can still capture another Pokemon in that same area. Pokemons are free, and I also want to emphasize that the only way to get Nuzlocke points is by beating a gym leader, and to beat a gym leader you earn 25 Nuzlocke points, and it's the only way to add points to your Nuzlocke. So just remember that. Everything else is losing Nuzlocke points. Alright, so that's taken care of. I've covered all of the rules and the point system for this Pokemon Nuzlocke. And as usual, my Kadabra is going through and kicking butt. This area right here gets very confusing. It's not only hard to get to the last person, but getting out of it is also a pain in the butt. It's a big maze. I'm going to have to cut this short because apparently I am having some power shortages. I've tried to work through it. I was able to recover the first part of this and the power went off, so I tried to do another audio adding on to that one and get it all together, but now I'm going to have to put these two audio sound bits together because power went off again. It's pretty hot today and it's not the breakers going off, so that tells me it's so hot that it's happening with the city. So I really can't take a chance. The best I can say when it comes to the rest of this, because I've already explained the rules and the point system and introduction and stuff, but is that this was a pretty interesting game. I am going to eventually go into the college, or not the college, but the academy, and fight that. Nostalgia finally convinced me to do it, even though I don't want to, but he said since I've gone this far I should finish it up, which I guess I should. But I will go ahead and do that. I made some mistakes, and if you notice, I'm depending too much on my Kadabra here, and then I got rid of my Psy Wave, and that was a really bad idea because I needed that. But like I said, I'm gonna have to cut this short, maybe make it a couple minutes. I want to at least get to the 20-minute point of it, but like I said, at any time my power could go off, so I hope you guys enjoy, and if you do, leave a comment down in the comment section. I really appreciate when people talk to me and stuff. I love that stuff, so let me know what you think of it. Give me some good feedback on the game. Give me some hints, because like I said, this is the first time I've done a Nuzlocke. It's only the third or fourth time that I've actually played the game, so I'm going to shut up and let you guys watch the rest of this. It's a pretty good video too, by the way. I think it is, and I'm the one who played it, so I was amazed all the way through this. I sold this game short. I haven't done the card game, and I probably never will, but I did sell the video game short, so I gotta give kudos to the game developers for this one. And I love the glitches in this game. I'm sorry, but I do. If you guys are haters of glitches, and I'm sorry to say that, but it has awesome glitches.